Well, I think we played two really good teams in this classic, and to beat both of them is definitely a good accomplishment. And these are two teams I think have a really good chance of going to the NCAA tournament. And both nights we played really good fourth quarters. Really picked up the pace in the fourth quarter. I think using our depth throughout the game really helped out. And Rose hit some big shots late. China had some big baskets in the second half, and I think in the first half, Gradijan's threes really kept us in it. But offensively, it wasn't great execution against a good defensive team. But I thought defensively, we guarded this team very well. They've got some really good players, and we were able to contain them for the most part.
Karl, I thought and it was almost like a replay of last night through my eyes anyway. You were having trouble working the ball, again, you're fighting the shot clock a good bit, and then all of a sudden start attacking the basket and things are kind of opening up a bit.
Yeah, I thought we, in the first half we were always a little slow with our pace, and the ball was sticking. They were holding it when they should be moving it. That's something, and then our catches weren't very good. Everybody caught it and looked down and weren't very aggressive off the closeout. So, they're a very good defensive team. Against these good defensive teams, we haven't had really good offensive movement yet, and that's the next step of our team development. Is we have to understand that a good team isn't just going to give you a good shot just to make one or two passes. You're going to have to move the ball. You're going to have to move people. You're going to have to read defense, and that's been a little stagnant.
Karl, it almost looks like players are a little uncertain with the ball. I see like they're looking for screens that aren't there, or they're waiting for somebody to come over to help. I see Rose nodding her head, so I think she might agree. But what's going on?
I don't know. I mean, I look at it and kids catch it and they drop their head and they hold the ball. It's the exact opposite of what we want to have happen. We want to be aggressive on the catch, and if we don't have anything, we want to move it right away. We don't want, so whenever you see a kid out there holding it for 3 or 4 seconds, they're not doing what we're saying we want done. That's them deciding to do something else. And we're going to have to all just get on the same page on how we play here. We've got a lot of good new players. Now it's just a matter of them becoming us, how we play. And that's still been a little bit of a struggle. But we've definitely come a long way so far this year. Now we're willing to take the next step.
Rosemary, the offense, hey, by the way, you noticed you had 2 points the other night. You didn't have to come, so you were excited to score more points. You could come in here tonight, right?
I was not into that.
The offense, it finally got things opened up. What kind of change do you think in the fourth quarter when you guys were able to actually attack the basket? You hit a couple of threes, the shots were more open and stuff. What was the difference in the fourth quarter, do you think?
More movement, finally listening to coach, and looking to the basket to see if I was open or not, because it took me a while in the beginning of the game to realize that they were backing off of me. So really listening to coach had helped, and a lot of movement.
Karl, the run to start the fourth quarter obviously was a huge deal for you guys.
Yeah, it sure was. And we played great defense in the fourth quarter. We only gave up 7 points. And then we were, prior to that point, we didn't really shoot the threes very well. I think maybe we hit like 5 out of our 10 in the fourth quarter. So, all of a sudden a couple threes fell and the energy picked up, and we also forced a bunch of turnovers in the fourth, which we were able to create some offense out of that.
Rebounding was good tonight.
Really good. Yeah, the rebounding was encouraging, because that was something that we really hammered home and talked about, how many second chance points we've been giving up, and I thought the rebounding was excellent. I thought, particularly like Michaela was in there grabbing. rebounds. And, Ty didn't play very much, but I mean, she got 6 rebounds in 6 minutes. I mean, she was all over the boards when she got her opportunity. So, those kids coming in there and Greg and fighting for some rebounds, I thought we did a really good job on the board. As I look at it, anybody who played more than 2 minutes got a rebound. So everybody was in there trying to contribute, and that makes a big difference.
Carl, if you would bear with me on this, like I said, I need to ask a couple questions in advance, but your thoughts on the A-Sun as you guys get ready to go in?
Well, I think this year the A-Suns had a really good non-conference, and that's definitely encouraging for the league. Jacksonville, I know, had a big win against a good team today, and they've had a great preseason, and Stetson's had a great run here in the pre-conference. And then a lot of teams look like they're have made steps forward from last year, so I think the league's going to be really competitive, and I think it's going to be a year where the bottom teams are more competitive with the top teams than maybe in the past. So it should be a lot of fun coming up here. Hopefully everybody's looking forward to it, because I know I am.
Jess, how do you feel about the A-Sun? How do you feel going into this?
Well, like Coach said, we obviously watch games here and there, and there's a lot of better teams than last year, not just a Stetson and Jacksonville. And I think that, like we said before break, we need to come back and get better and better, and I think that we've made little steps toward that. We have more people contributing to the team, which is going to make us more dangerous. When we get into conference play, we have way more options and way more depth, and that's just going to make us more dangerous. So hopefully once that starts, we can keep up with this and keep up with the rebounding. Definitely is going to be a big one for us as well.
Carl, when I talked to you about UT Chattanooga, you said that you just watched the Stetson UT Chattanooga game. You were impressed with both teams. You're at Stetson next Saturday. Kind of a tough A-Sun opener on the road there, but your thoughts on that matchup?
Well, yeah, it's a big game to start off, that's for sure. You're going to go on the road against one of the very best teams, and you'll get a pretty good indication where you're at right away. So we have one game prior to Stetson, and we need to, after that game, in short order, get ourselves ready and as prepared as we can to play one of the best teams in the conference, a team that has everybody back from last year and then added new pieces on top of it. So we understand the challenge that's in front of us, but if we have the right attitude, I like the team that we have.
Just your thoughts on Stetson?
Like Coach said, they obviously have everybody back, and we lost a lot, so I feel like a lot of people may be doubting us or whatever, but the way we've been playing, I'm confident that we can go in there and put up a good fight against them. We have a lot more people stepping up, like I said, and we have a lot of new players that are getting with the system. Each and every day, they're understanding more and more of what Coach wants, and I think that eventually it's gonna peak, and we're gonna be really good at that point.
And lastly, Rosemarie, you wanted another one. How do you feel? Obviously, you have one more game to go again. I'm not going to be here Monday, so I'm asking questions for next week. But how do you feel about this young team? And, this is your first time to play in the A-Sun. Your first A-Sun game's coming on. Mm-hmm. First time in the A-Sun for a lot of you girls. How do you feel about things going into the A-Sun? Let's play like this is late Monday night after the game on Monday.
We are growing, and I feel like we have a lot to grow. And I believe that we can get better, and when that time comes, we'll be prepared.